The night is quiet now, but your mind isn't. You feel the weight you've carried, the things you never said, the wounds you tried to outgrow. And yet here you are, still breathing, still standing, still searching for a reason to rise. You wonder why life bends you, tests you, presses its cold hands against your chest, as if trying to break something open. But listen, not every breaking is destruction. Sometimes it's the beginning of clarity. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way. You don't feel that right now. You only feel the heaviness, the quiet ache, the distance between who you are and who you hope to be. But breathe, just breathe. You survived nights you never thought you would. You endured storms that promised to swallow you whole. You walked through fire without ever realizing. You became the flame that guided you forward. You're tired, yes, but you're not finished. Look at your scars, not with shame, not with fear, but with the understanding that every mark on your spirit is proof that you did not surrender. Pain is a strange teacher. It speaks in silence. It knocks when you try to ignore it. It forces you to look inward when all you want is for the world to make sense again. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." And maybe that's true. Maybe the nights that broke you were simply shaping you into someone who can stand firmly when others fall apart. You don't need all the answers today. You don't need to fix everything at once. You only need to take one honest breath, and then another, and then another. Because every breath is a promise to yourself that you're not done living, not done fighting, not done becoming. There's a moment in every person's life when the world turns quiet and the truth appears. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it roars, sometimes it feels like a hand on your shoulder, reminding you that you are stronger than you think. You have felt loneliness. You have tasted disappointment. You have stood in the shadows, wondering if life sees you at all. It does. It always has. Those quiet nights, when you held yourself together with nothing but hope, that was strength. Those mornings, when you rose despite exhaustion, that was courage. Those moments, when you kept going, without applause, without validation, without anyone noticing, that was greatness. Greatness that grows silently. Greatness that doesn't demand attention. Greatness that lives inside you, even when you can't feel it. Life has never been about avoiding storms. It has always been about learning to walk through them with dignity, with presence, with a mind that does not collapse beneath the weight of fear. Epictetus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And maybe those words feel distant now, like a truth meant for someone stronger. But that someone is you. You are not the pain you carry. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the moments when you fell to your knees and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." You're the one who stood back up again and again and again, even when your hands trembled, even when your voice cracked, even when your heart felt like it was shattering quietly inside your chest. You rose anyway. And that matters more than anything the world ever took from you. The truth is simple. You are becoming every day, every breath, every step, becoming wiser, becoming steadier, becoming the kind of person who can face storms without losing their center. You don't need to rush. Growth is not loud. Healing is not dramatic. Clarity is not sudden. It arrives in fragments, in small moments, in quiet decisions. To choose strength over surrender, presence over fear, patience over despair. Life is happening for you, not to you. Even now, even here, even in your confusion. One day you will look back and understand why you were tested, why you were shaken, why you were pushed to the edge of yourself. But today, just breathe. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the weight in your chest soften. Feel the heaviness in your mind loosen. You are here. You are alive. And somewhere beneath the noise, beneath the fatigue, beneath the memories that still sting, your soul is learning to open again. You have more strength than you've ever allowed yourself to believe, more resilience than you've ever been told, more depth than the world will ever see. And right now, in this quiet moment, you are standing at the edge of the life you are meant to create. Not a life without pain, not a life without struggle, but a life built from the wisdom forged in the fires you have already survived. So be here, fully, honest, awake. This moment is asking you to return to yourself, to remember who you are, beneath the doubt, beneath the exhaustion, beneath the years of carrying what was never yours to hold. You are not lost. You are unfolding, and soon you will rise. And so you continue walking through the dim corridors of your own thoughts, past the echoes of what hurt you, past the shadows that once convinced you would never feel light again. There is a stillness here, a stillness you once feared. Silence used to feel like emptiness, like a reminder of everything missing. But now, it feels like space. Space to breathe, space to heal, space to finally hear your own voice. After years of drowning beneath the noise of the world, you have tried so hard to outrun your past. But you were never meant to run. You were meant to turn around, face it, and understand that the monster in the dark was only a memory you kept feeding with fear. You can let it go now, slowly, gently, without force, and without punishment. You are allowed to outgrow the person you were. When pain first touched you, you are allowed to shed the skin that no longer fits the shape your soul is growing into. You are allowed to choose peace, even if others don't recognize you anymore. Growth is not betrayal, it is return. There will be moments when your heart aches for something familiar, even if it hurt you. There will be moments when you question every step forward, wondering if you have the right to move on from grief, from loss, from the versions of yourself that kept you alive when life was unkind. But hear this, you do not heal by staying where you broke. You heal by trusting your own becoming, by allowing the old layers to fall away without clinging to what they once protected, by realizing that the world does not become softer. You become stronger, more grounded, more aligned with who you truly are, beneath the weight of expectation. Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid, not because you are either, but because transformation is misunderstood by those who have not yet tasted it." Let them misunderstand you. Let them doubt you. Let them whisper, "You're not here to be understood. You're here to rise." And rising is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like quiet mornings, when you choose gratitude over bitterness. Sometimes it looks like long nights, when you refuse to let your thoughts drag you back into old wounds. Sometimes it looks like getting up, brushing off the dust, and taking one small step forward, even when your legs are trembling. Courage is rarely a roar. More often, it is a single, steady breath, taken in the middle of chaos. You've taken many of those breaths, more than you remember, more than you ever gave yourself credit for. You have been, but you did not break. You stumbled, but you did not stop. Even when your heart felt hollow, even when the road felt endless, even when the world felt heavy, some part of you still whispered, just a little further. That whisper saved you. That whisper carried you. That whisper is the reason you are here now, standing at the threshold of a life built not from fear, but from intention. And now you begin to understand the darkness was not your enemy. It was the canvas. It was the place where you learned to find your own light. The pain was not a punishment. It was the teacher. It tore you open so wisdom could enter. The loneliness was not a curse. It was the invitation, a call for you to meet yourself without distraction, without the masks you learned to wear, without the noise that kept you from hearing your own soul's voice. You are not empty. You are clearing space. You are not breaking. You are shedding. You are not lost. You are being remade, and slowly, quietly, beautifully, you are beginning to feel a small flame inside your chest, a warmth you thought was gone forever. That flame is your strength, your resilience, your truth, and it is growing. There is a moment, deep in the quiet, when the world pauses just long enough for you to hear the truth rising inside you, a truth you've ignored, a truth you've feared, a truth you've been running from, because accepting it would mean stepping into a version of yourself you're not sure you're ready for. But listen closely, it's time. You've lived long enough in survival mode, long enough pretending that endurance alone is the measure of a meaningful life, long enough shrinking yourself so others could feel comfortable, long enough accepting less than what your spirit was built for. You're not here merely to cope. You're here to grow, to rise, to evolve, to claim the life that quietly waited for you behind years of self-doubt. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But strength doesn't always arrive with thunder in its voice. Sometimes it comes disguised as the thought you almost dismissed, the intuition you almost ignored, the small spark that flickers after every setback, whispering, "Try again." And you are trying, even when it feels slow, even when no one sees it, even when the world mistakes your healing for hesitation. You are rebuilding yourself from the inside out. No shortcuts, no pretending, no running. You are meeting your own soul with honesty, with patience, with a kind of courage you never knew you possessed. And yes, there are days when you feel yourself falling back into old patterns, old fears, old wounds. Days when your chest feels heavy, your thoughts feel loud, and the world feels too sharp for a heart that's still learning to soften. But falling back doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. It means you're still walking the path, still learning, still breathing through moments that once would have broken you. You are allowed to be a work in progress. You are allowed to heal slowly. You are allowed to take your time, rebuilding the parts of you that were once torn apart. Seneca said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." And you have lived through things you never talk about. You've endured storms you never named. You've carried pain with a kind of grace that the world will never fully understand. That is courage, a quieter courage, a deeper courage, a courage forged in silence. When no one was watching, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to justify your journey. You don't need to explain your scars. What you carry inside you is enough. It always has been. And now you begin to feel something shifting, a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, a sense that your life is no longer something happening to you, but something you are actively shaping with every choice, every breath, every quiet moment of clarity. You are beginning to understand that peace is not found in perfect circumstances. Peace is found in the way you stand within them, stronger, calmer, more aware. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." And this is the moment where you ask yourself honestly, who are you becoming? Someone gentler, someone braver, someone wiser, someone unshaken by temporary storms, someone who knows their worth without needing it echoed by uncertain voices. Yes, all of that and more, because the person you are becoming is built from every night you didn't give up, every morning you rose, despite the weight in your chest, every silent promise you made to yourself that you would not fall back into the darkness that once owned you. You've come far, further than you realize, further than you ever believed possible, and your journey is only just beginning. There comes a point on the path when you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What is this shaping within me?" And that shift, that quiet turning of the soul, changes everything. You begin to see that the weight you carried was not meant to crush you, but to carve patience into your impulses, to carve wisdom into your wounds, to carve courage into the spaces where fear once lived. You spent years holding on to pain, as if letting it go would erase who you were. But now you're learning something new. You can honor your past without living inside it. You can remember the storm without returning to the thunder. Your history is a chapter, not a prison, and your future is not bound to the suffering you once mistook for destiny. Look at how far you've come, not in distance, but in depth, not in speed, but in strength. You've learned to sit with your emotions without drowning in them. You've learned to observe your thoughts without letting them control you. You've learned to trust yourself in moments when the world gave you every reason not to. That is mastery, quiet mastery, inner mastery, the kind that Stoics spoke of when they reminded us that peace is found within, not around. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, your thoughts have changed. Your inner voice has softened. Your mind has begun to shift from hostility to understanding, from fear to acceptance, from chaos to clarity. Not perfectly, not all at once, but consistently, honestly, bravely. And that is enough. You no longer chase validation from people who never understood your depth. You no longer spend your nights trying to rewrite moments that hurt you. You no longer shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were too small for the person you were meant to become. You are outgrowing old narratives, old expectations, old versions of yourself that were built from survival, not truth. Yes, there is grief in that. Growth often feels like loss of who you used to be, loss of what once felt familiar, loss of identities that were never truly yours. But beneath that grief, there is freedom, a gentle growing freedom that moves like light through the cracks in your soul. It's the freedom of not pretending, the freedom of choosing your own path, the freedom of letting go of the heaviness you carried far too long. You are stepping into yourself now, fully, quietly, unapologetically, and with every step, you feel a subtle strength awakening, a strength that doesn't need to shout to be heard, a strength that doesn't need applause to be real, a strength that simply is. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," and slowly, you begin to understand what he meant. Your fears were storms that never arrived. Your doubts were shadows that vanished when touched by truth. Your worries were chains you forged yourself and are now learning to unlock, one gentle breath at a time. You are becoming lighter, not because life is easier, but because you are stronger where it matters most, in your mind, your heart, your spirit. The world still moves, the storms still come, the nights still stretch long, but you are not the same. You stand differently now. You breathe differently. You carry yourself with a quiet certainty that life may bend you, but it will not break you, not anymore. And so you walk deeper into the place within you that most people never dare to go, the quiet center, the still core, the calm beneath every storm. It feels unfamiliar at first, too still, too honest, too unguarded, because for so long, you built walls around your heart just to survive. You hardened your voice so no one could hear the tremble. You masked your hurt so no one could sense the breaking. You carried yourself like a mountain, even when you felt like dust. But now, you are learning to let your defenses fall, one by one, softly, gently, without shame. For the first time, you are meeting yourself without armor, without noise, without the weight of expectations you never agreed to carry. And you realize how tired you've been, not just physically, but soul tired, the kind of tired that comes from years of pretending you were fine when you were quietly unraveling inside. But here, in this moment, the unraveling has stopped. Not because the world is kinder, but because you are finally learning to sit with your own heart without judging it, to sit with your own pain without rushing it away, to sit with your own truths without silencing them, to keep others comfortable. This is healing. Not dramatic, not loud, not cinematic in the way stories portray, but real, patient, deep healing, the kind that rewrites your future from the inside out. You begin to realize that the person you once were, afraid, uncertain, always seeking approval, was doing the best they could with the tools they had. And now you have new tools, a clearer mind, a calmer heart, a steadier presence. You do not fear your thoughts anymore. You observe them. You do not drown in emotion anymore. You breathe through it. You do not collapse under pressure anymore. You ground yourself like a tree rooted in truth. Marcus Aurelius said, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look." You are touching that source now, a strength that has nothing to do with force and everything to do with clarity. You no longer react. You choose. You no longer cling. You release. You no longer chase. You attract what aligns and let go of what drains. Your life begins to shift, subtly at first, like a change in the wind. But soon, you will feel it fully, a quiet transformation, expanding through every part of you. And in that transformation, you begin to see yourself clearly, not as broken, not as weak, not as someone wounded beyond repair, but as someone who rose every single time the world tried to bring them down, as someone who endured storms that would have shattered many, as someone who carried light through nights that seemed endless. You are not here by accident. You made it this far because something inside you, something ancient, something unshakable, something undeniably alive, refused to give up. And now that voice grows louder, steadier, more certain. It says, "You are enough. You are ready. You are becoming..." And for the first time, you believe it. There comes a moment when the world inside you begins to realign, not all at once, not with thunder or revelation, but with quiet certainty. Like dawn slowly dissolving the night, you feel it now. A subtle shift, a soft awakening, a recognition that the person you are becoming is no longer bound to the fears you once obeyed. You've spent years trying to outrun the echoes in your mind, those whispers of doubt, those memories that held too much weight, those voices that told you you weren't enough, weren't capable, weren't destined for anything greater than survival. But look at you now, still here, still breathing, still rising. Not because life was gentle, but because your spirit refused to stay down. You begin to understand that every step you took in darkness was leading you toward a light you weren't ready to see before. A light that wasn't outside you, but within you, buried beneath years of trying to be what others expected. And now you are uncovering it, gradually, bravely, truthfully. You no longer fear being alone. You no longer fear being misunderstood. You no longer fear the silence, where your real voice waits. The world taught you that strength is loud, that power is forceful, that success is measured in applause and visibility. But your heart knows a different truth. Strength is steady, power is presence, success is the quiet knowledge that you did not abandon yourself when life tried to break you. Seneca once wrote, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." And you have proven yourself again and again, in battles no one saw, in moments no one praised, in nights when your only witness was the beating of your own heart. You proved yourself when you wiped your own tears, when you stood up alone, when you trusted the small spark inside you, even when the world felt cold. You proved yourself by continuing quietly, faithfully, relentlessly, and now you begin to feel the weight lifting, not because the past vanished, but because you finally stopped carrying what was never yours. You let go of the stories that hurt you. You let go of the expectations that trapped you. You let go of the people who never saw who you truly were. And with each release, you rise a little more, not upward, but inward, toward your own center, toward your own truth, toward your own becoming. Epictetus wrote, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. But the glory he spoke of is not the glory of crowds. It is the quiet glory of a soul returning to itself." You are returning now, step by step, breath by breath, moment by moment. You are reclaiming the parts of you once abandoned to keep the world happy. Your voice, your peace, your truth, your boundaries, your dreams, all of it returns like a tide that never forgot its way back to the shore. And gradually, you see that the journey was never about becoming someone new. It was about remembering who you were before life made you forget. You are not starting over. You are coming home.